A race is a work of art that people can look at and be affected in as many ways as they're capable of understanding. This is a quote from Steve Prefontaine, one of America's greatest long-distance runners. Steve Prefontaine's college coach, Bill Bowerman, was the co-founder of Nike. And because of this, Steve Prefontaine was actually the first track athlete to sign a deal with Nike. In fact, he was the first athlete ever to wear any Nike shoe. This information can be found on newsnike.com. Steve grew up in a small town called Coos Bay, Oregon, where he tried out for many sports: football, basketball, soccer. But he was too small and didn't weigh enough and didn't have the physical ability to play those kind of contact sports. So one day after a hard football game where he sat on the bench the whole time, he went for a run and pretty much never stopped. He just fell in love with the sport. In middle school, he held records at his hometown middle school. In high school, in fact, he actually has 19 high school national records. He was a back-to-back state champion in 1968 and 1969, his junior and senior year. And his senior year, May of his senior year in track, he actually broke the 2-mile American record by 7 seconds. Previous time was 8:48. Steve Prefontaine ran 8:41. This news can be found on GoDucks.com. Steve Prefontaine had pretty much every college scout in America at his doorstep trying to recruit him, but Pre only wanted the attention from one coach, which was Bill Bowerman at the University of Oregon at the time. Finally, after receiving that attention from the coach, Steve decided to attend the University of Oregon, where he had a successful college career. In college, Steve set 9 college track records, and he held 7 NCAA titles. His first 5K, in fact, in college, he ran with 12 stitches on his ankle. Between 1970 and 1975, out of 38 races, Steve Prefontaine only lost 3. It was pretty impressive. At age 21, Steve Prefontaine qualified for the Olympics. He was the youngest male in his event, where he ended up having a pretty bad race and ended up placing 4th at the Olympics. And all this can be found on GoDucks.com. At the age of 24, after a race in Eugene, Oregon at his hometown track, Steve and a couple of his teammates were having a house party to celebrate the victories and the end of the season. On his way home, Steve hit a curve and he ended up flipping over the car and it crashed. The car door landed on his chest and ended up suffocating him and couldn't get to the hospital in time. So Steve died June 30th, 1975. There's been many statues made of pre-annual race. He even has an annual race. He has a jogging trail. In fact, the CEO of Nike, Phil Knight, quote, "Of all the great athletes that have worn our products on the field, we've only made a statue of one, which was Steve Prefontaine," which is pretty impressive. There's an annual race that is held at Eugene, Oregon every year that people from all over the country go just to attend and honor his memory. There's also by the University of Oregon, there's a jogging trail that goes out 9 miles and 9 miles back, which is called the Steve Prefontaine Memorial Trails. And people from all over the country go literally just to run those trails. This all can be found in the New York Times. In conclusion, Steve Prefontaine was an inspiring historical figure in the running community, and he gave kids hope and that anybody can make it. Doesn't matter where you're from or how small your town is. He lived his life as he was larger than life, mind over matter. In his 24 years of living, Steve Prefontaine created history.